Wow, what did I just watch? I don't even know where to begin with this. Oh my, great final two fights. The whole pay-per-view pretty great. But oh my, I think Volkanovski won that fight. And I'm sure a lot of people will think the same thing, and I don't know if it's the most egregious robbery ever, but Volkanovski won that fight. Like, come on. Round one, they both no, Islam got a knockdown. Volkanovski staggered him. I think that was an Islam round. Round two was pretty close, but Volkanovski knocked him down, and it was back and forth on the feet. So I'd give that round to Volkanovski. And let's see, round three, also Volkanovski. Then round four, Islam takes the back and holds it for a lot of the round, but it was very close. Volkanovski was landing strikes, and Islam didn't really do anything on the back. Then round five, Volkanovski dominated that round. Very clear Volkanovski win for that round, and it just feels bad, man. I thought that was going to be Volkanovski's huge moment, the dethroning of the Dagestani person. I don't even know. We haven't really seen a Dagestani who's been in such a prominent position get beat like this, and it should have been Volkanovski should have won, man. That one judge that gave it a 49-46, oh my god, that is egregious. That scorecard should be burned, and that judge should be revoked his license to judge, because, I don't even know. Oh, man. Volkanovski needs to get that fight again. If he wants it, he needs to get that fight again. That was bull. Islam, in his post-fight interview, when asked who he wants to fight next, didn't even say anything about Volkanovski. He wants nothing to do with this man, and it's just so sad for Volk. This was his moment in front of his people, and he got robbed, in my opinion at least. Other people, I'm sure, are going to see it that way, but yeah, great fight. What a fight. Yeah. What else is there to say about it, man? There was no green laser pointer, if that's something you heard about. Thank God. But, yeah. What a fight. The rest of the card, it felt like a fight night up until the co-main. That's just kind of how it was. The crowd were crazy and electric the whole time, but the fights were just kind of... who cares, But the co-main was Rodriguez versus Emmett, and Yair got it done. He subbed Emmett in the second round, I think. He got him with a triangle off his back, and Emmett in the first couple, like on the feet, Emmett was doing pretty great. And then he wasn't. He took down Yair, was landing ground and pound, and just found himself in a triangle, got subbed. So I guess Volk versus Rodriguez is next. They're both not too beat up, so I'm sure that fight's going to get made pretty quickly, probably in like May or April or something like that. But yeah, geez, man, crazy fights. Before that, we had Jack Della Maddalena. I always mix up those two, but yeah, that was a pretty crazy KO. He got over Randy Brown. We had another crazy KO. Tafa got Porter round one. I don't know if I mentioned that in my predictions video, but that's what I thought was going to happen. Then Crute versus Menefield. That was pretty nasty. Crute was getting beat up the whole time, leading with his head every time he threw a jab or a straight, and just walking onto bombs. And his grappling. He was able to out-grapple Menefield, but he had no answers for the striking. He was just looking slow and had terrible defense. For the prelims, Pedro versus Bukowskis. That fight was light heavyweight is such a weird division, man. People, I don't even know where to begin. Just light heavyweight, very weird division. Maybe in the future I will talk about it, but yeah, Pedro versus Bukowskis, whatever. Pedro had a good-looking first round and then kind of just faded from there, barely holding in. His grappling, or not his grappling, his cardio was not holding up that well. And before that, we had Kulibo versus Bagdasharian. There was a pretty nasty low blow in this one, and quite the comeback too, because after the low blow, Kulibao was just not looking the same as he did before it. He was moving slowly, and I think he got a knockdown and hopped on the back of Bagdasarian and subbed him with a rear naked choke, I'm pretty sure. And that was pretty cool. There was a lot of low blows on Australian fighters during the prelims, actually. Before that, we had Rodriguez versus Ross. That was a quick KO for Rodriguez. Yeah, you just pounded him, you know. Before that, we had Malarkey versus Prado. Prado looked decent on the feet at first, but Malarkey kind of just took over as the fight went on. Clearly out-grappled him and just showed him there are levels to this game. But Prado's only 20, so that's a big learning experience for him. Malarkey's a pretty good opponent to debut against, and the way he did was not bad. Before that, we had Jenkins versus Shanus. This was my favorite fight up until the last couple of them. Well, actually, up until Crute versus Menefield. Crute versus Menefield was not a high-level fight, and they weren't looking very good. But it was brutal, and I'm a sucker for brutal fights. But yeah, Jenkins versus Shanus, very good fight as well. Leg kicks of Jenkins, man. I heard a statistic, I think it was 3 of his past opponents he's broken the leg of with the leg kicks. And Shanus was getting chewed up, but he also got out grappled, and on the feet they both weren't that great, but still a really fun fight to watch. Then before that, we had Lukumbumi versus Reed, and I think it was a round 2 rear naked choke for Lukumbumi. She busted the nose of Reed pretty bad. There was a lot of blood, which was a nice addition to the fight because you don't really see that in WMMA that much. But yeah, good fight. I enjoyed that one quite thoroughly. For that, we had Young versus Builder, and that was another exciting fight. Builder came with a high pace and won the decision over Young. And another decision, which was another robbery on the card, this time not in favor of the Russian, was Tukugov versus Brenner, and Brenner won the fight, but I don't think he won the fight. I don't think many people thought he won the fight, but he got the win. So yeah, overall, great fight card, man. Australia, very good place. I hope they come back this year. The crowd was full of a lot of energy, especially for the Australian fighters. And yeah, poor Volk, man. He should have won that fight. Straight up. Ah, nobody's ever really done that to like the Dagestani guys. And Volk just did it, and his accomplishment was just thrown out the window, especially by that one judge. Man, I can't get over that 49-46. How are these people given judging licenses? I'm someone who's been a fan of the UFC and MMA in general for just a couple of years now, and I know how to judge better than somebody who gets paid to do it. So like, what's wrong with these people to where they can see things going that way? Yeah, but yeah, great fight card, man. And yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, go ahead, let me know. Still trying to kind of process everything. And yeah, go ahead, give me a subscribe, a like, and I'll see you later. Peace.